I'm considering this as an international classroom where we all share and learn. And I always start with a quick warm up. And since I'm about to release my 7th title, in the pick like place here. Oh, just 1 second. Learn, and that's YouTube here. I am now going to make sure everybody's muted and mute. Great, thanks. All right, so take out your ukuleles and make sure your sunglasses are nearby because we do a group pose. All right, so I just want to talk about cadences. I have a disagreement with my husband who plays the guitar, and in this book, which is coming out Saturday, Pick, Pluck, Play 80-20 Guide to Ukulele. Here it is. This is my version. I'm still, editing it. It's all about common chord progressions. And I start with 2 chords, which I call them cadences. Now, music theory, it's like, how do you end something? And this is important for us ukulele players because the ending is very much what we use as an introduction, right? So anytime, there's no introduction and you're trying to get into the music and waiting for everybody to get ready, just go to the end. So let's do a quick, what I call authentic cadence, which is the 1-5-1. So in the key of C is C, G, C. Okay, so let's do that. Ready? And C, G, C. So another one is the C, G7, C, which is also called authentic cadence. C, G7, C. All right. So there's many different kind of 2-chord songs that just use the 1-5-1. Like all these nursery rhymes, let's see, how much is that doggy in the window? A whole bunch of songs, C, G, C. The other kind of cadence that's used a lot in church for the Amen, and I'm saying this because we were talking about Easter, is the plagal cadence. So that's the 1-4-1. All right, so let's try in the key of C. 1 would be C. What is 4 then? C, D, E, F. So that's an F. So let's try that. C, F, C, right? And it's also known as the Amen cadence. Why? Because we sing. Let's go to the F. Amen. Does that sound familiar? Or Amen. All right? That's why it's called the Amen ending. Now, how do we use that in songs? You'll hear that a lot where you go from C to F, C to F, and eventually you go to the G. So what does that do for you? Well, let's try it. Let's go C, 2, 3, 4, F, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, F, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't go anywhere, right? Like, imagine, da da da, da da da, F, right, C, da 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 da, da 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 da, da 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 da, and then it wants to go somewhere, right? Da da da, right? And also we hear that in what is that? Leaving on a jet plane, the 1-4-5. I'm leaving on a jet plane, don't know when I'll be back again. Oh babe, I hate to go. Finally we go to the G7, right? So let's just try this 1-4-1-4, the CF-CF oscillation, toggle back and forth. It makes you like build up, like, oh, this is nice, but eventually we want to go somewhere, right? Let's try that. I'm leaving on a jet plane, don't know when I'll be back again. Oh babe, I hate to go. See, now I move to the G7. But can we leave? Can we leave it there on the G7? No, No, because the G7 is the 5 chord. It's called a dominant. It's the chord that has the most tension. It leaves you hanging. So if you end on a 5 or a G or G7, this is called a half cadence, you know? And guess who uses that? We don't use them in songs, but you know what? Advertising agencies. Like, who's heard of the hits from coast to coast, right? That's American Top 40. Your ear feels like, and then, and what? Oh, I'm going to watch it. I'm going to stay because I want to hear more, right? It's like, the hits from coast to coast. Is that right? Coast to coast. Right, that's a 1-4-5. Let's try that. Who remembers Casey Kasem from American Top 40? I don't know if they play that in Germany, but I grew up on Okinawa, and on base we have one American radio station, and that's how I learned American music, through American Top 40. So let's try that. C, F, G7, and see if it makes you want to do something, like just wait, because you don't want to like say, okay, I'm done, I can go home now, right? So ready? The hits from coast to coast, and then he plays up the top of the charts this week. Number 4 is blah blah blah, right? So start listening to all these commercials. We get them in YouTube and Spotify, and start listening. Wow, they're making us stay to listen. They're not concluding with, I mean, imagine if I did that. The hits from coast to coast, goodbye. Then you go, okay, all right, I'm not going to stay. I'm going to switch off the radio, right? So writing this book has really helped me sort of understand what's going on and listen very differently. And, you know, how this is going to help you is also, I don't need to look at the music because I know what follows this chord. I know what's coming next. So when you're in a jam session, you know, and you don't have the sheet music, the song charts ready, you could just sit down and say, oh gosh, that's coming along. So let me just do one. This one, everybody know, I'll just end it with this, okay? So A minor, G, F, E7. This is called the Andalusian cadence, and I'm deliberately ending my warm-up with this because we're having Choan Galvez in Barcelona lead us. I know that's not in Andalusia, but at least it's in the same country, right? Spain. So let's try that. A minor, G, F, E7, A minor, G, F, E7. Hit the road, Jack. Don't you gonna want da da? Oh, yeah, anyway, all those songs, or Stray Cat Strut, body surfing of of Herb Ota-san. It's all like that. A minor, G, F, E7. Hit the road, Jack. Don't hit the road, Jack. Don't you gonna run? Anyway, that's also in there. So it's all these chord progressions are in this book and exercises. All right, enough of me. Let's go to our breakout rooms, and then we'll do our, I think, was that the order? Then we'll do our sunglasses, right? Let me check to see. Okay, so Choan says in the chat, on his presentation, he'll introduce some brief pieces so you could download them. So you go into the chat. Let's see, Chris, are you still having trouble downloading? Okay.
And I was able to download, but how do I save that download?
Oh, okay. I'll show you how to save it. Choan, if you don't mind, I'm just gonna share my screen. So if you click on it, it'll immediately go into your Chrome. I think this is it, right? Share. Why isn't it sharing my screen? Here. All right, it'll go into this. So then it's like, well, how do you download it? You could just, for me, I'm on a Mac, so I click on Control and I hit my mouse and I go Save As. Okay, then it becomes something on my file. Then I could open it. Does that make sense? Yeah. Otherwise, you'll just see it in your browser. Okay, so that's one way to do it. All right. Okay. Okay. All right, Mary Beth, good to see you. I'm now going to put everybody in breakout rooms to. Oh, this is so tiny. Okay, so here's the what I like you to do in the breakout rooms, because you're going to be with altogether 2 or 3 people, to introduce each other and talk about what you've been working on lately, and what's challenging for you and why are you here or whatever, and then 5 minutes later we'll come back in. I'll call you, I'll send you a message. So 5 to 7 minutes later, that should give you enough time. All right, so let me see, have I got everybody? Glenn, okay. I'm gonna do one more room. Okay, so Choan is not gonna be in a room. Okay, and then we have one room where we have 3 people. Yeah, we have one room with 3 people. So I think this should be, I'm gonna move one person to 2. Okay, great. So Choan, don't go into a room, just stay here, and then, all right, so we can talk. All right. So Sherry's gonna go to a room, and Chris is not in a room yet. The problem is, if people don't immediately go to a room, then the person that's left is left by himself or herself. So, all right, here we go. 6. Okay, I think everybody's in a room now. Okay, Choan, do you want to unmute? We're being recorded. Yeah.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I could hear you. So,
Okay, perfect.
so how are you doing?
Not bad. Not bad. It's kind of hot today, but well, it's okay.
It's okay.
Boys, the kids are finishing the school season tomorrow, so it's fine. We're going into full summer.
Oh, great. I want to do a quick sound check because I'm not
Yeah.
hearing you very well. Can you turn up your microphone volume?
Yeah, let me check. Audio settings. Is it better now?
That's better now. Yeah. And
Okay.
should we do a quick sound check on your original sound?
Yeah.
Great. Sounds great. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Um, yeah, so okay. Um, oh, I can't send this to. Oh dear. I closed Chris's video because I didn't want her in here. Now she can't switch on her video anymore. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Yeah, so I have a question. I went back to the La Rosa Distretta, yeah, and I noticed it was only for 3 strings. You didn't use the G string. Was that deliberate?
Yes. Yes, because sometimes I usually write for high G instruments. So I tend to abuse the campanella technique and involve the 4th string a lot. Then when I write for low G, I profit from the full range. But sometimes I write pieces that are for any ukulele. So, for example, the pieces that I will show later uh, are for any kind of ukulele. Are practice things that you can play on high G and low G, and I think one of them uses the G string, but it's just open for the feel of a chord, and the other two are just played on three strings.
Oh, okay, okay.
Also, when I write, there's a book that I composed using a five-string ukulele with a dual G. So it had the high G and the low G. But the pieces are playable on a five-string or on a high G or on a low G, and they'll sound slightly different on each instrument, but they work on anyone.
Oh, right, right, right. So, um, you know, I'm finding, the whole publishing process, it's taking me a long time to get a book because of all the research and the text writing. I would rather just do the music, and I noticed that you publish just the music, very little text.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I intended to do learning material and explain everything, but it's really takes a lot of time, and also I'm not a native English speaker, so writing long form in English for me it's really hard. So yeah, at some moment I noticed that actually my pieces weren't uh, practical for teaching. It's with the exception of the 50-minute tours to this book, that's pieces with specific focus on some techniques and that kind of things. But when I write other things, it's music. Uh, and what I try to do is place fingering annotations, place position shifts, mark everything so you can acquire the knowledge of how I tend to play these things and play like me, or just skip the annotations and work on your own.
I think it's really good to stick to just the music because I could write music fast compared to faster than
Yeah.
writing text. The text is slowing me down so much. So I'm gonna start a new series, just the music, you know. Um,
And one thing I noticed too is that when I prepare the scores,
yeah.
I think, okay, when I publish this, I want to talk about this thing that happened and why I use that harmony, or why I choose to go this way or the other, or the form of the tune, or and my head is boiling with ideas about what I will write sometime. But when I had to actually write them, I have nothing interesting to say really. Even when I take notes of what I want to say, I think that it's not really that important. Finally, in the alternate tonings book, there's some, not many, but explains how the tunes are done, and some chord boxes just to introduce what the talents are, because
I'm I'm just really curious, how much do people actually read? Because if I get a repertoire book, I just want to look at the music, you know.
yeah.
Only if I'm stuck, you know, I will
But
read. Yeah.
that's another thing. Yeah, it's too easy to skip the introductory pages and go straight to the music. So if anyone sometime tell me I'd like to read about it, I'll stand the practice. Well, in there's another thing in Festa Mayor. This is a collection of music from Aragon, from my home region. So in the ending pages, there's like 5 pages of text because I wanted yes, no, 3 pages of text because I wanted to let people know what the origins of the pieces were, what are the actual instruments they were played in,
Right.
and maybe and I like to extend this because I think the material that I took as an inspiration is worth it to make a long form test and place videos of the original pieces and how they're played in they're kept in the folklore of the region.
Uh-huh.
And maybe it's not interesting for everyone, but I bet there are 3 to 5 people in the world that would love to read about it.
Yeah, no, that's good. I think it's time to call everybody in, but what I want to do is um, all the people that come later, they won't see what's in the chat. So I want to make sure everybody has something of your music and they download it so that I don't have to share screen. And then is your music available so I could put it in the YouTube so people could look at the music that you're going to talk
What
to?
I'm doing? No, no, it's not recorded yet because, I'll talk about it later. But it's
Oh,
not
okay.
recorded.
Okay. No, but what I mean is, can I share that link to the PDF on
Ah,
the
yes, yes, yes,
YouTube live stream? Okay, good.
yeah.
All right. So, hi, Debbie. So, I'm just going to broadcast to say time to return, time to wrap up, and um, bring your sunglasses and boots back. Okay. All right. Okay, I'm going to close all the rooms and people will know to come back in. All right. So, Debbie, you're just in time for our sunglasses and everything. Yeah. You got a haircut. It looks nice. Okay. So, I want to make sure that we have. All right. How was that? Everybody got to meet and chat a little bit with each other. Yeah. All right. We're going to do our sunglasses and pose. And this is how I know, this is sort of like a roll call, I check back and when I index the video, it's here that I synchronize. All right, let's see. Is everybody back? Breakout rooms. Are people still wrapping up? I think everybody's back. Okay, all right. Back. Breakout rooms is closed, right? Close all rooms. Okay, close all rooms. Okay. All right, so I'll count to 3, and then we just pose, okay, with our ukuleles. Okay, 1,
Okay.
2, 3.
Okay.
Okay, and now we do it again, but this is our wild pose. 1, 2, 3. All right, thank you. All right. So, oops, can't see anything with sunglasses. So, I'm just gonna put Choan's music, all right, in the chat again, because those of you that just came in would not be able to see it. So just download that. And the reason I'm doing this is so that I can give the full screen to Choan. And he's got to tell me how to pronounce his name. I did take Spanish very briefly. And every time I look at his name, I think, how do I say it? So let me just have Choan unmute himself. And everybody else is muted. And then we'll talk. So Choan, how do we pronounce your name?
Actually, the name is not Spanish, it's Aragonese. It's a language from the northeast region of Spain, where I was grown up. It's kind of similar to Catalan and Spanish, but it's a different language. So it's Aragonese for Aragon, and the name is Choan.
Choan.
Choan. It's like chocolate ant.
Choan. Oh, okay. Choan. From now on, I know. So Aragon, like the famous Catherine of Aragon, Aragon. When you say Aragonese, is that what it is? Wow. All right. So I want to talk about just briefly how I found out about Choan. I can't even remember how. Do you remember how we met? But
I guess it was through some Facebook group.
something, I don't know. But you are by far, if I may say so, the most prolific ukulele composer I know. I mean, does anybody else compose as fast as you? Do you know anybody else that's churning out music left, right, and center?
I don't know.
No? Yeah, I don't think so. And how many books have you published now?
I think it's nine, 10, maybe.
Oh,
I continue. 3, 4, 5, 6,
there's got to be more.
8, 9, 10. Wow, 11.
11.
I have 11 at the table. Maybe I've made something else. The thing is, all of these are original music because there's a lot
Yes.
of people publishing arrangements and transcriptions. This is original music and okay. So,
Yes, it's original music, and I just want to share this. Does everybody see this? So I put this together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. These are all, and you're, am I right? Each of these is a book.
mhm.
Each of these is a book, and they're all available through your workshop. Sorry, your bookshop,
No,
your online
it's
bookshop.
it's the ukulelebookshop.com. That's a small business that I started to publish my music, and I've published also a couple of Tony Mison's books. And it's all
Tony
about
Mizzen. Yes, that's right. That's wonderful. I was wondering when you're going to ask me. When are you going to publish my books? But
I don't think I'm gonna ask anybody because it's a burden. Uh, I, I'm okay with publishing music, but I don't like the administrative work that requires to keep accounting and that kind of thing. It's enough work for my house, so I don't think I publish anybody else.
yeah, I get you,
But
Sean.
maybe sometime I change my mind and
I think
go
you just
second.
want to write. You just want to write. And so, everyone, just to let you know, you could watch what I talk, our conversation. But basically, composers just want to write music. We don't want to be bogged down with admin. And right now, I'm bogged down with writing about my music because it's instructional. And that is what takes so much time. So, I'm going to start a new series called Just the Music. My next book is Just the Music. It's the American, the 250th anniversary. So, all the songs you could sing like America the Beautiful, all chord melody arrangements. And it's going to be illustrated by Eve Miles. But, no more text holding me back. But this is Choan's time. So I want to, Choan, give the floor to you. Has everybody downloaded the sheet music? I'm going to put the link in YouTube, our live stream as well. So the people who watch it or, for review or who miss this session, they can also download. So I'm not going to share the screen so that you can see Chuan's hands and do everything. Yeah? So, all right. I'm going to remove my spotlight. Go ahead, Chuan.
Okay, so what I wanted to show today uh, are some pieces of a project that started, I think, in 2020 and hasn't been published yet because this is one of the projects that requires some text and some explanation, and that's a burden. Uh, Writing music is kind of easy for me, but writing long form text is hard work, and well, it'll be released someday. So the project, the name is The Wonder of Simple Things, and the idea is that we can play simple music, enjoyable music that can be read at first sight, but, and that's the tricky thing, is that an easy piece of music can be food for work for a very long time. So if you've seen the first piece, I guess you all can play it straight away, but there are lots of things that you can do with it. So let me play it just one round without repeats. And I play it like I would play, or maybe not, but the mechanical way of playing it, it's I keep the dynamics leveled, I keep the tempo straight, so it will be kind of robotic. Repeat. So that would be the first round of the piece. I've just read what's written in the paper, but once you can do this, and I think that's kind of important. Once you can do this, first you need to be able to keep the tempo straight, to keep the dynamics leveled, and then you can start giving the interpretation. So first thing is I'm gonna use two planes to put the accompaniment, that in this case is the low notes, keep them behind and make the others sing as a melody. So that would be. Then we can think of how we can develop dynamics to make the phrase rise in the same manner that it's raising on the beats. We can raise the dynamics. So once there's a repeat. So we can make the repeat just the same thing, or what I like to do is in these short repeats is make the second in a lower dynamic. So if we're playing mezzo forte, we can play the second time starting on piano. So once we reach the high peak of the dynamics, we can start here. So let me play everything again, and I'll variate the dynamics, the tempo, and make a performance of it. And I think,
Choan, do you think you could adjust the webcam so we could see more of your right hand? Because it's kind of disappearing a little bit. Okay, great.
okay.
Yeah, great.
Anyway, I think
That was
the
beautiful.
point is done. Thing is, a simple piece can be played simple or can be leveled up to make it more musical. So because if you play this as a robot, it's mechanic and it's not interesting anymore, but it can be made. So the other thing is this piece introduces the alternate plugin for index and middle, and that's something that technically you can work in this piece, because otherwise it's slow. You can play your thumb, there's no problem in playing like that, but learning to use the index middle technique, it's what prepares to play. And at that speed you cannot work with just the thumb. So the thing is, if you play simple things with mindfulness, I guess, you can prepare to go to other pieces that are technically more demanding, and you are ready to go with that. Otherwise, if you stick to play simple and without interest the simple things, when you get to the hard ones, you'll be you may go straight and play head to bottom, and you won't be making music, and you won't be technically capable to do the hardest things. So has anyone played this one with me? Yeah? Okay. Let's go with the second one. This more technical. This introduces the position shifts. One thing with people that start playing the ukulele, and even with people that's been playing the ukulele for years, is that they're afraid of the dusty end of the fretboard. So the thing is, if you learn how to make position shifts, there's nothing to be afraid of. So in this case, you see the Romans in the score, they indicate the position, and the position is the place where your first finger would be, and what would be the common technique for guitar or ukulele, where 4 fingers are in charge of playing 4 frets, and the thumb is kind of behind the first finger, between the first and second finger. When you're playing longitudinally, would be the word. So in this case, I'm using just 2 fingers. I'll play just the first string notes, and then I move all the hand straight to the 6th position, back to 1st position, and in this case I could get to the 5th fret with the pinky, but the thing is that extending the fingers to reach a fret is like kind of guessing where the position is. But if you move the hand, you get right there. So when I play this, and that's the nice thing, that I'm already there to play the 6th and 7th fret, and I get back with the 2nd finger in 2nd position, because I'm going to start the piece again. So once you start getting musical with this, So another thing to mention is that in the score you see that on the second bar there's the fingering for the E, and it has a dash before the number 2. That means you are sliding the finger from the position it was to the new position, and it's serving as a guide of where you are. So and you're never lost on the fretboard, because if you have 4 frets for 4 fingers, everything is under control. Okay? Let's go with the next one. Any questions? Okay, so the next one, and I think it would be great if another thing I like to do when I study music or prepare an arrangement is think of what the harmony is. So I do not annotate the chords, but I think if you prepare the everything that's played on a bar, you'll guess what the chords are. So the first bar, second bar, and that's an A major. Now the third and fourth bar, this position is kind of strange, but this is very recognizable. So we have, and the next one, it's a D, and get back to A. So the thing is, if you know where you are harmonically in a piece, you are never lost. It's the same thing that with the fingers. Because you understand where the harmony is moving, how the piece is flowing, and you can give a more accurate interpretation when you have more information. By accurate, I mean not accurate, but precise, but not in precise as in the manner of what's in the paper, but what the paper means. It's like you are giving a discourse, and it's not enough to read the words. You have to give them intention. Okay, so another thing I haven't told you about is that I usually play with 3 fingers. When I played guitar, I also use the ring finger, and if you look at my 5 books, you'll see that there are annotations for the third finger. But I have an injury in the arm, and if I use this finger too much, I get hammered again. So it is my technique to use 3 fingers. So for this piece, you have mostly arpeggios of 3 strings. So when you have 3 strings, 3 fingers will go perfectly. So, and that's our A major. Let's prepare the full G and add the pinky. And now think of the D chord, back to A. In this case, in these last 2 bars, as we have 2 consecutive notes on the same string, we also use the alternate finger. Because one thing you need to know is that the fingers are kind of slow, so alternating usually works best, except for the thumb that's stronger and faster. So let me play this again. Another thing is, we are playing a melody and an accompaniment, and as in the previous examples, we should keep them separated into 2 planes, to foreground, background. So you could start playing this piece like this. So get a grasp of what the melody is, and then add everything. One last thing, if you notice this C sharp lasts for 2 bars. One problem I've seen with many ukulele students is that they know when notes start, but they don't know how to keep them ringing until the end of its life. So it has to be there. Even if the instruments gets muted because the ukulele has not a lot of sustain, but I think it's quite different playing this than this. So try to keep the melody notes ringing for its full duration. Then on the second section, and that will be a full piece. So I think if you've been playing the ukulele for a while, everybody should be able to play these 3 pieces, at least at first level. And then you can get back to the video and review what I've said and try to improve your performance and make it more personal and less robotic, because we should not be playing like robots. We should be expressing and making a discourse of our piece, not just fighting with the notes. We're reading with consciousness and explaining something. So we don't need to play hard music. I don't like playing hard music. I've written a lot of music that I really play because it's complicated. I made a video and I'm not playing it again. But the simple things were always. And I think for me, it's much more interesting watching someone playing something where they feel comfortable to express, that watching someone struggling to bring a piece to life. So keep it simple and build on the simple. And that's my presentation.
Thank you, Chuan. I'm just gonna share this just for everybody, a short preview, so that we can know. So basically, there are 3 pieces for everyone. The first piece everyone can see. I think it's so brilliant and simple and elegant, easy and elegant. It's just the C major scale. And you've labeled the fingerings for us, the right hand, the thumb, index, middle index, and then to let the thumb ring, because you want to hear that drone. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the second one, it's a descending scale. So you stay, you go up, you repeat, and then you go to the second part where you stay, you start descending, and then you repeat, and then you go back to the top and just play it one more time. So don't repeat, but just end it. And I love how you were able to be so expressive with something so simple. The second piece you played, you talked about position shifting, and it's wonderful. So this is the Roman numerals are the second, are the fret number where you could put your right hand index finger. So when we see this, we immediately know, put our right hand index finger on the 2nd fret, and then here use our right hand middle finger to play the C and the B. And then when we see the 6, we move our index finger to the 6th fret. Yeah. And then use our middle finger to play the E and then the D sharp, the 7th fret and 6th fret. And then we go back to the 4th fret, put our index finger on the 4th fret. And then same thing. And having these position numbers greatly helps know where to target, where to look. This is an excellent example of moving up the neck without getting afraid of, without getting lost. Because most of us, when we go up the fretboard, we get lost. Where am I? I'm in this foreign territory because I'm used to playing the first three frets. So,
If you allow me a note, uh, usually scores are not annotated like this. But if you have a paper and a pencil, you can annotate everything. And when you're studying a score, annotate everything. And when you struggle with a section, try to play it always in the same manner, because if you create the muscle memory to play a difficult thing in the same manner, you won't fail at this. But if anytime you get to the hard section, you get with a different hand position and a different plucking technique, it will always hard. So annotate everything, and an even more important thing, rethink your fingerings, because and I've made many times, I've struggled to find the better fingering for some section, and I've started playing like that, and it's worked. And after some time without playing the piece, I get back to it and say, well, why did I this fingering? I have a better idea. So scratch that and annotate. And especially if the annotations are not yours, but from the composer or the arranger, discuss everything with yourself, because maybe the fingering is appropriate for the one who annotated the score, but it's not appropriate for you. Or what's more common in my papers is that I make some kind of typo, and I've never played something like that, but if the score is like that. So if the fingering doesn't work for you, just switch it to what works.
so what do you mean? This is not a typo, is it? This
No,
-2.
now the minus is a guide. That means that you are using this finger as a guide to move. So
Oh,
imagine in
to slide down, you mean? To
yeah.
slide from here to here. Okay.
So for example, in this case, if I'm moving from this C to this C with this finger acts as a guide. Again as a guide. Again as a guide. And usually is the most up the fretful finger.
Okay, so in this case, you were saying use the second finger, your middle finger,
Mm-hmm.
to
Because
guide down. Okay,
that's the one that I've played.
wonderful. Okay, excellent. And then the third piece that you talked about was this one. Now, I noticed, did you deliberately not use the G string?
Mm-hmm.
In our conversation, we talked about that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but because uh, uh, actually, because I've selected pieces that I didn't know if people were coming with a high G or low
Oh,
G
right.
or low G or low G instrument. So I didn't want to talk about campanella for someone that can do that. So I've chosen specifically three pieces that could work on an E-tuning.
Right.
And
Yeah,
if you
this
see the second one, it's notated that it's as if it was a high G, but if you play it on a low G, and it's no problem. If I play in the high G, well, in a tanet ukulele,
well, I thought
it won't work equally.
this was interesting because there's many different fingerings that you could use. Some people are able to keep, have a middle finger here and then put an index finger here. But
Well,
yeah, for
the
some
thing
people it's
is,
better to change that. Yeah.
that if you recognize the chord forms, I
Hmm.
think the best place to go is I recognize this grip, I make the grip, and I build from that, because uh, no one has memory for the muscle memory to play this. But everyone can play a G chord. So if you start from the G chord, this is
Right. Great. Oh, this is wonderful. Oh, I have so much to learn from you. I learned so much today. Or did you start on the guitar, Chuan?
I actually started with the bandurria.
Oh,
You may have that.
wow.
It's an instrument akin to the mandolin. It's
Oh,
typical in Spain and Latin America. It's the scale is very reduced and it's studied very high. It's higher than the violin,
wow.
and it's a melodic instrument with 6 pairs of metallic strings that I started playing when I was like 9 years old. Then I switched to guitar, to electric guitar, bass guitar, and then I started playing classical guitar when I was like 17 or 18. And played guitar for a while. I made basically I play in punk rock and folk bands. Um, and when I moved to Barcelona, I have a life crisis when it started to work full time, and I quit making music for a while until I bought a ukulele and I started playing the ukulele all the time because it was so easy to play the ukulele in the couch, and I was watching TV and playing ukulele.
So
I
the
got addicted to it.
ukulele is your very last instrument.
Uh, Maybe the last instrument that I've kept, but I've played many string instruments, and maybe the last instrument that I got serious with was the upright bass, and it was upright bass.
What's that? Oh, upright
Upright?
bass. Oh, upright
Okay.
bass. Okay, right.
Uh, I was playing for like 5 years, and I used to do gigs with jazz bands, and I was quite bad at it. But uh, it, you know, in Spanish, the word for upright bass is contrabajo. That means with work. Contrabass is contrabajo.
With work
Yeah.
contra, yeah.
So if you can play the upright bass, you will always have work. A very hard work, but they pay for it.
So I want to now, it's time for us to end the session, the recording part of the session. So on
Okay.
behalf of everyone, I just want to thank you so much, Chuan, for joining us today. Thank you.
Thank you
And
for having me.
make sure, yeah, and I think your PDF has your bookstore.
Yep.
Theukulelebookshop.com. One
Mm-hmm.
word, theukulelebookshop.com. I highly recommend it. I mean, as ukulele players, I agree. We don't have enough music written specifically for the ukulele. And I think for the ukulele to be considered a real instrument, like the violin and all that, we need people to write for ukulele. We can't just be copying guitar, finding chords, songs that piano players play and all that. We got to have music. So in that sense, Chuan, you're really pushing the frontier. So let's support him, take a look at his music, you've got YouTube videos of most of your pieces, don't you,
Yeah,
Chuan?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Most of
Yeah.
it, yeah.
Anne, before you get off, Chuan, for us to purchase your books in the United States, do we get a PDF so we can print it, or are we actually paying for shipping and all that
You
complicated
can do
stuff?
you can do as you like in the shop. Every book is available in PDF or in print, please, with PDF included. So if you want the PDF, it's the cheapest and easiest way to get it. But if you like to get the books, and the thing is, the books are quite nice. I think I try to make good printings and prepare them good. But shipping to the States is not so expensive, but it's terribly slow. So if you're okay with PDF is the way to go. And I myself, I rarely play from the books. And when I buy the book, and when I buy books, I tend to take pictures of them and use them in the tablet. But anyway, the thing is, If you buy the paper book, the PDF is included, so you can start playing from day one while the book arrives.
Great. All right. Any other questions? I'm going to end our recording. Thanks again, Chuan. And I just want to say next month, I'm going to be in Portland, Oregon. So on the third Thursday, I'm actually going to be in Vancouver, Washington. I'm attending the wedding of my co-host, Marliese. So she and I are going to co-host Through Chord Thursday together. And we've got Iso. Do you know Iso Hairquist, Chuan? He's also a double.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I met him in Germany a
All
couple of
right.
years ago,
So he's
and
gonna
it's
he's gonna
amazing. It's
he's
full of
gonna join.
energy.
Yeah, he's gonna join us in August, the third Thursday in August. We deliberately went through Frankfurt so we could meet him for just like 2 or 3 hours,
Yeah,
in October because I really wanted to meet him, and he's amazing. He's just
yeah.
amazing. And then in September we have Christopher uh Davis Shannon. I always get it mixed up, and he's on the cover of the June issue of the Ook magazine in the UK. So be sure to buy that. I think you can also get a PDF copy of that because I've got an article in there. I've got a 5-page article on how to play the most famous Japanese song. Um, so
You also find a score of mine in that issue.
in the June issue,
Yeah,
oh great! I
there's
look forward to
there's
it.
a score from the last book.
Oh, wonderful. Okay, great, 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 great. All right, so I'm gonna stop recording. Oh, did I not record? I thought I recorded. Okay, stop recording. I did. Okay, well, so thank you.